At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years and #2 among public universities for employability, ASU isn't just ahead of the curve. It's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Lowe's knows to bring your vision to life, it's important to find the right color. That's why MyLowe's Rewards members get a free paint or exterior stain sample to test your look and find the perfect color to confidently refresh your space. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid in-store only, 5/8 through 5/14. Limit 1 per customer while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See associate for details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of True Crime Time for Tuesday, May the 13th. And I'm Woody Overton.
I am Cyndi Overton.
Taco Tuesdays. Come up with something besides that.
Yes, because I think...
What other sayings is there besides Taco Tuesdays for Tuesdays?
Here's an answer from foodtruckempire.com.
The only bad taco is the one you didn't eat. Live every day like Taco Tuesday. A well-balanced diet is a taco in each hand. It's not what I wanted.
No, that's not what you wanted.
So I guess there is none.
I think that you might have hit your taco wall.
No, I think it was more like, I love the tacos, and I know they're easy for you to make and everything else, but I think it was because I was gone for like 3 weeks with my dad and my mom, and all that stuff.
Home cooked.
I just wanted some home cooked.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. The Taco Tuesday, middle of May, almost.
Yeah.
The year is 5 months and done.
Yeah. Today is the day that my first brother was born.
Is it?
Yeah.
Man, we got a shit ton of birthdays this month.
Yeah.
My nieces and nephews, my 2 older brothers, and to my nieces and nephews, happy birthday.
I shouldn't laugh.
And one of my older brothers, happy birthday. But anyway, what do you have for us?
I've got an Uber driver that gets killed.
Let's talk about this for a minute, because our younger generation out there doesn't remember yellow taxis.
Mm-mm.
And back in the day, before there were debit cards and credit card, well, they had credit cards, but you had to run the paper copies and shit. You remember when you had to go to bank, if you want money on a Friday, there were no ATMs.
No.
You had to go to the bank, take it out of your savings account or your checking account, or you had to find a local store that would cash a check for you.
Yes.
Couldn't get it.
No.
Nowadays, you just fucking get anything, anywhere. You even got fake money that's in the atmosphere, Bitcoin and all that.
Yeah, I know.
And anyway, back to what I want to say. You get a fucking taxi, and they were owned generally by 1 or 2 companies. Well, not in the major cities, they may have had more, but like in Baton Rouge, there was like 1 taxi company.
Like Yellow Cab.
Yeah. And you got in and the pulled a handle.
Yeah.
Pulled a handle and the meter started spinning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure every one of those was fucking jerry rigged, like the old gambling establishments and all that. And, it wasn't really a nice place to ride.
No.
And they were expensive AF. So whenever they came out with Uber and then the other ride shares and all that, that's pretty genius.
Yeah.
So, although I've ridden in some bad ones. Remember I told you that time I went to Detroit, got off the plane, and I had to go like 45 minutes for a fancy meeting. I'm in a coat and tie. And I got to get the one fucking Uber driver in the world. It's got no air conditioner. Windows down, had to stop and get gas on the way. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm paying you. And I mean, this car didn't, it had like one rim, or one hubcap, fucking dents all in it, paints off of it. And I'm pulling up this high profile meeting, wind blown, sweating my ass off. It was in the middle of summer in Detroit. And I'm like, what are the chances I get the one fucking, cause I'm sure there's some really nice Ubers. And I'm sure there's a shitbag like I had that time.
Yeah.
And I've taken 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
But y'all probably don't remember a world without Ubers.
They probably don't.
Now tell us, you definitely don't remember a world without people getting killed.
That's for
in
sure.
Ubers.
That's for sure. Well, there's a 38-year-old mother of 4. Her name is Christina Spicuzza. And the event happened in February of 2022.
The event was like a Lady Gaga concert.
No, I'm going to tell you what the event was.
Right.
So Christina was earning extra money driving Uber.
Yes.
And she picked up a young man named Calvin Crew. He was 22.
Mm-hmm.
He requested the Uber using his girlfriend's phone.
Mm-hmm.
Unbeknownst to Christina, Calvin wasn't a good guy. So shortly into their journey together, Crew was seated in the back and he pulled a gun and pressed it against the back of Christina's head.
Nice.
And the dash cam footage shows Christina pleading for her life.
Fuck.
And she's saying, I'm begging you. I can't imagine. I could actually cry. I have 4 kids.
No crying and podcasting. Stop it.
Despite her desperate pleas, Crew forced her to continue driving. And eventually he noticed the dash cam and he disabled it.
Mm.
So fast forward 2 days where Christina's body was discovered in a wooded area in Monroeville and she had suffered a fatal gunshot wound to the head.
I hope that shit went up to the cloud or something.
So the investigation quickly led to Crew's arrest. Evidence, including the dash cam footage, GPS data, and messages from his girlfriend, implicated him in the crime. And so in February of 2025, Crew was found guilty of first-degree murder.
Where was this?
Robbery. This was in Monroeville, Pennsylvania.
Does Pennsylvania have the death penalty?
I found this on the web.
They damn sure should have it for people like that. 1 second, 2023, Governor Josh Shapiro announces that he will continue his predecessor's moratorium on executions. So, nope, this asshole doesn't get the death penalty.
No. And so it gets worse. I was very upset about the next part of it, but he was found guilty of first-degree murder, robbery, kidnapping, and related charges.
It's called aggravating circumstances.
On May 5th of 2025, he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 13 to 26 years for the other offenses. However, Crew did not attend his sentencing.
Well, he didn't have to.
Well, doesn't the other side get to do victim impact statements and all of that? I mean,
This motherfucker shows up, but you still do victim impact statements without
how
it
can
being
you
there.
not be made to go and hear what you...
Well, hey, if I'm good, and I'm not taking this dude's side, but I'm pretty sure, and I'm getting multiple life sentences, I don't need to... I already know I'm a shitbag and I don't need to hear the mom and him tell me about it.
That should not be allowed. Never
thought about that, but that's true. Not that I would ever be in that position. That dude's a fucking idiot.
So Christina's mother expressed the family's grief and anger, stating, "You should have the death penalty, but we showed mercy." And her fiance, Christina's fiance, Brandon Marto, called Crew a coward for not facing the family in court. The family had requested that prosecutors not seek the death penalty, which honored Christina's religious beliefs, and he should have had the balls. You have the balls to stick a gun to someone's head and kill her. You should have the balls to
Over
show
nothing.
up in court.
It's not like they carried a bunch of cash.
No.
Everybody swipes cards.
Exactly.
Pays on their phone.
You should be made to go to court. How is that
I
not?
think they should kill them just like they got killed. If they get raped and killed, they should take some big bulls out of the penitentiary. Don't even grease them up, rape them and kill them or whatever, right? And do it in a public pay-per-view. So I hate that. And it's sad. And y'all always, just, when I told Cyndi she couldn't cry, that's kind of a running joke between her and I, and it was made at a bad time. I'm not, I just don't like to see my wife cry. So I can't fix it. All right. Let me tell you something. Again, we don't cover shit like this, but I have to mention P Diddy. And I'm going to mention him about 6 fucking different times because everything, when we're doing this research, everything's P Diddy this. And we should make a show about how stupid these stories are about P Diddy.
Yeah.
But being ever so fucking popular that, everybody in the world's Googling P Diddy. And so I know you'll put it in the notes, but here's just a couple of headlines. I'm not going to tell you the stories. So evidently Michael B. Jordan's, I'm assuming that's Michael Jordan's son, the greatest basketball player of all time. His name came up during jury selection for Diddy's trial. That's one story. Not going to read it to you. Second story is, let me throw it in the middle. There's no celebrities in trouble. Smokey Robinson is accused of alleged rape, sexual assault, blah, 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 in a new lawsuit. Michael Bakar Jordan's American actor, producer, and director, Oh, so it's not Michael Jordan's son. All right, so there's another Michael Jordan. I didn't know who the fuck he was. All right.
He was the one that was in Creed.
Oh, yeah. That's fucking good boxing movies, man. Yeah. Good. I like, y'all don't know, I'm a huge, huge fan of boxing. Both one of my grandfathers boxed at LSU, one other one boxed at USL. All right, next story. Prospective Diddy juror excused after admitting he can't go a day without smoking weed. I mean, what the fuck? This is news. Wait a minute. Very next story. Potential juror was scrapped because she thinks Diddy can buy his way out of jail. These are separate news stories, separate outlets, separate everything. So they're trying to one up each other on Diddy stories, right? Let me just give you another one. You ready for this one? Mm-hmm. Diddy displays gray hair in court for jury selection after 7 months in jail. Right? This is fucking news. I mean, come on, man. How old
is Diddy now? I think he's gray hair age.
He's not dyeing his hair anymore and he's going to court. I'm pretty sure that's, as a defense thing, like dressing their client up a certain way. No, motherfucker, let your gray hair grow out. They think your dick can't get hard, right?
Yeah.
So, we're not done yet. Man. Wait, believe it or not, there are podcasts out there that will cover each one of these stories in depth.
Yeah.
And get 100,000 listens because it's P Diddy. P Diddy. It's just
I don't think they're getting that many listens. I think they're just covering it for the Google
stupid fucking name. Anyway, who calls themselves P Diddy. Let's see if I can give you at least one more.
He took the P off. He just called himself Diddy after a while.
Okay, well.
I'm joking, baby.
P Diddy is what they're calling him in the news. And you know what? I'm not even reading any more of these. That's enough. Put P Diddy in our search engine. And
we might lose people if we put it in there.
I know, but we're not losing it because we're not reading the stories.
I'm saying people, we
should get awards for not reading the bullshit about P Diddy. Now, I'm not making light of people being raped and human trafficking. And yes, we are this month started in the human trafficking series. All right. But it's just stupid. All right. But I'm going to lighten it up for a second and give you it's time for beast mode. And I don't know how much this is really the animal is the beast, but it is a beast mode crime and it's a federal crime. Federal authorities have released a sketch of a suspect. And yes, I'm going to tell you with the who, what, when, where, and why in just a second. They've released a sketch of the suspect who could face prison time under the Marine Mammal Protection Act. We're in Oregon. All right.
There's marine.
We're on the beach.
Okay.
Yeah. You're going to ask, there's a marine life in Oregon? They have the fucking ocean, the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I just said we're on the beach. Jesus.
You got me up way too early.
I did get you up early this morning. Thank you for getting up, sweetie. All right. So federal authorities are looking for the person who, I mean, come on, man. You got to take 3 guesses. What kind of beast mode marine federal crime can they commit?
I have no idea. I mean,
so that's your first guess.
They can kill a whale.
That's your second guess.
That was my first guess, was kill a whale.
Well, you're all right, give me 2 more.
Oh, my second guess is going to be I have no idea.
Tick tock.
Killed a shark. I mean,
time's up.
Turtle.
Right.
I doubt there's turtles.
Now you got to quit guessing. All right. So the authorities are looking for the person who stabbed a baby seal several times on the beach in COVID, Oregon.
That's my favorite zoo animal, that and the otters. No.
I know. Wait, listen to this. Listen to this. Summer's just around the corner, and the folks at Mint Mobile have a hot take. Getting the summer bod is out, and getting your savings bod is in. This spring and summer, we want skimpy wireless bills and fat wallets. And with premium wireless plans for just $15 a month, you can have both without breaking a sweat or the bank. I was paying way too much for wireless service and decided to give Mint Mobile a try. And I've been seriously impressed. The call quality is crystal clear, the data speeds are fast, and I'm saving hundreds of dollars. It's the easiest switch I ever made, and I didn't have to sacrifice a thing. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text, delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get your summer savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/RLRC. That's mintmobile.com/RLRC. Upfront payment of $45 for a 3-month 5-gigabyte plan required. It's equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees are extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Hey, lifers, Woody Overton here, and I want to talk to y'all about something that's come up around our house more than once lately: hormones. Now, I can't speak from personal experience on this one, but I've seen it firsthand with Cyndi. There were days she'd be feeling drained, overwhelmed, even a little off. We couldn't figure out why. She was eating right, taking care of herself, getting things done like always, but something just wasn't clicking. Turns out it wasn't just stress. It wasn't just being tired. She took this free 2-minute quiz from a company called Happy Mammoth, and it gave her some serious insight into what might be going on with her hormone levels. After answering just a few simple questions, she got personalized breakdown, and one of the main things it pointed out was that her body may be overloaded with estrogen. That's when we found Hormone Harmony, Happy Mammoth's plant-based herbal formula designed to support your hormone levels, stress response, and overall well-being. Since Cyndi started taking Hormone Harmony, she said it's made a noticeable difference. Things like occasional bloating, low energy, and those mild mood dips, all less frequent. And it didn't take a huge lifestyle overhaul to see those changes. Just a small daily habit that fit right into her routine. Now listen, this isn't some one-size-fits-all deal. This quiz gives you personalized recommendations so you can understand what's going on in your body and what might help you feel better. Whether it's Hormone Harmony or one of their other hormone support products, you'll know exactly where to start. And here's the thing. Happy Mammoth has helped thousands of women Then they have over 40,000 5-star reviews, and a bottle of Hormone Harmony sells every 24 seconds. That many folks can't be wrong. Ready to start feeling like yourself again? Head over to happymammoth.com and take their free 2-minute hormone quiz today to find the ultimate answer to your stubborn hormonal issues. And for a limited time, you can also get 15% off your entire first order with my code RLRC at checkout. That's HAPPYMAMMOTH.com and use the code RLRC for 15% off today. Do you know how much a baby seal weighs?
250 pounds.
300-pound elephant seal pup, which survived the attack, has mostly recovered, according to authorities, and now they want help from the public to identify its attacker. And this, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, that's what they said. They want help. How in the fuck stabs a baby seal? But anyway.
An asshole.
The stabbing occurred on March the 16th between 8 and 11:30 p.m. at a beach cove near a condominium in the Neosauken, Oregon, according to the NOAA. The baby seal began to heal by mid-April with no signs of lasting injuries. But they said, and I'll quote, "Young elephant seals like this often spend time on their own, learning to hunt and growing larger, before eventually returning to breeding areas in and around the Channel Islands off of Southern California." That's according to Michael Milstein, who's a public affairs officer for the NOAA. But on Monday, the agency released a sketch and described the suspect as a white man who's 5 feet 10 inches tall with black and white hair, a groomed beard, and a large gap between his front teeth. What is a fucking person made the sketch making out with this dude? This according to NOAA's announcement. They said he was wearing aviator glasses with thick lenses and a thin blue and green fleece top and a low profile black cap with a logo depicting an orange 4-track excavator with the word timber on it.
How did they?
I'm telling you, they must have been fucking this dude. They take off all his clothes and see the gap in his teeth. But this is according to New York Times. They said he also wore dark pants, lightweight hiking shoes, or low boots. Now, I mean, why in the fuck have they come out with this before? I mean, what's the deal? I don't know. But per the description, the NOAA are also seeking a vehicle. Not only did we have everything, he must have been going commando because the only thing they didn't describe was his underwear. Mm-hmm. But per the description, the NOAA is also seeking a vehicle seen in the parking lot next to the cove behind the condos. Listen to this. The inside of his dark blue 1990s Dodge or Chrysler van was described as cluttered, and the rear passenger window on the driver's side was covered in plastic. All right. Okay. Now my theory has changed. They were fucking him in the van. And y'all, whenever you see a window covered in plastic, now that probably that truck I drove all the way to Elvis's fucking polygraph.
We weren't.
I didn't have a window.
Seals.
I didn't have a window in that truck. That's how we were when we had our kids getting everything straight. But anyway, they got everything on this dude. But the Federal Marine Mammal Protection Act prohibits harassing, harming, killing, or feeding wild elephant seals and other marine mammals, and they can face criminal penalties of $100,000 in fines and 1 year in jail.
Why did he? They know everything else, so why did he stab the poor seal? What did the seal do to him?
I don't know. Maybe his light bill was out. He was trying to cut some blubber off the seal to burn oil.
Literally.
Really? Or maybe he cut some fat off so he could go screw in whoever inside the back of that van. I mean, you know, everything he's wearing, gap in his teeth, could describe his clothes down to the T, describe the inside of his van. There's got to be more of the story. Shame on you, seal stabber.
It's not funny.
He lived. The seal's okay.
He's traumatized. He's got PTSD now. He can't
that
live.
motherfucker's swimming out there eating herring and shit on his way back to Southern California. He's living his best life.
He better be. That's horrible.
I want you to top that story.
I can't.
Right?
I'm going.
There's nothing left to be said after the jam like that.
We're going to stick in the California area.
I got one more that could top it, but I'll let
Will you top it?
No, you go first.
Okay. So in Rancho San Diego, California.
Rancho San Diego.
On October 5th, 2003. It was a quiet Sunday morning, and a maintenance worker at the Country Hills apartment complex made a discovery at the garbage. What?
Dead babies in the trash.
No. He was at the dumpster and he saw something. Do you want to guess?
Penis in the trash.
No.
No, I don't want to guess.
There was a pair of severed human legs protruding from the dumpster.
So legs minus the penis.
Well,
Or vagina.
the remains were determined to be female.
Vagina. Well, duh. Still could have had a penis.
That's what I'm thinking. But without a missing persons report or further identifying information, the case went cold.
Yeah, they're like, fuck it. We got nothing to go on.
So the victim, which they didn't know at the time, but
Wait. They knew there was a victim.
They knew there was a victim, but they didn't know who.
Nobody cut off their own legs and wasn't a victim of that.
Okay, I'm going to tell you who the victim was. At the time of this happened, they didn't know this was the victim.
Okay, but she was definitely a victim.
This is why people say I'm stupid. They don't like hearing anything that I have to say, that I can't complete a thought. This is why we get the bad reviews.
Okay. Keep them coming because I'm going to keep doing what I do. All right. Back to the victim. We've established it's a female victim. We don't know if penis or vagina, but it's a female victim.
She was 50-year-old.
Or female victim's legs.
She was 54-year-old.
She shaved them.
I'm going to shave your fucking legs, cut them off, and stick them in our dumpster and see if they identify them as a female leg.
No, my legs are shaved from like the
jeans and the boots rubbing up against them for years.
Yeah, that's the honest to God truth. Below the kneecap, well, to the top of my boots, because I wore boots for so many years. I have no hair on my legs.
That's true.
It's true.
Can we get back to Laurie, please?
I didn't know her name was Laurie.
Because you weren't listening to me. You were too concerned about your legs.
This is true.
The hair on your legs.
No hair on my legs. The
lack of hair on your legs. You got plenty elsewhere.
We don't know if Laurie, you said her name was she cut off below the knees or at the waist?
I just said legs.
So she might not have hair on hers. She might have wore boots for 25 years like me.
The victim was 54-year-old Laurie Diane Potter of Temecula, California. Her husband, Jack Dennis Potter, never reported her missing.
I'm pretty sure, ding, 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 we have a winner.
He began a new life using Laurie's identity.
So
he opened credit cards in her name. He spent lavishly. He purchased a Hummer, a ski boat, and even rented an apartment for a new girlfriend he met at a strip club.
Shame on you.
And luckily for him, her name was also Laurie. So he didn't have to worry about, messing up. Were you with Laurie last night? Yes, I was with Laurie last night.
Or saying Laurie at the wrong moment when they're being intimate.
Or when you're playing Monopoly.
Oh, Laurie, you bitch, shut up. Laurie, there's no crying in podcasting. Sorry, I'm sorry for the victim. I'm not making light of that. This dude's an idiot.
So he continued this fraudulent lifestyle for years, including selling their home and filing false court documents. But in 2020, investigators revisited the case using
DNA.
That's right. And they had solved other cold cases. So they're like, why don't we just try it here? And they identified Laurie through distant relatives'
Familiar
DNA. And also then, once they identified that, they got her son's DNA, and then that's how they were for sure with the match.
Fourth time, familiar DNA.
So that led authorities to Jack Potter, which was her husband. So in February of 2025, Potter pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, admitting to smothering his wife, but there's no mention of her legs. So on May 2nd, 2025, he was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. District Attorney Summer Stephan highlighted the years of grief Laurie's loved ones endured and emphasized the justice system's commitment to cold cases.
20 years he got
20 years he got to live and have Laurie, the stripper, and the poor son had no idea what happened to his mother. And it's just.
And he lied to him for 20 years, 20 Christmases and birthdays and Mother's Days and whatever. That's why I love to bust a good cold case right in the fucking mouth.
He admitted to suffocating her, but there's no mention of the legs. At what point did he decide to cut her legs off?
Well, I'm sure if he put 2 legs in one dumpster and nothing else, it was 20 years ago. There might have been 2 arms in another dumpster. One of the stories I remember, and it was this guy from Louisiana, and he cut the woman up and he put her in a bunch of different dumpsters. His favorite dumpsters to put them in, you know what it was?
The big green ones?
No, baby. The location.
Oh, the mall.
No, behind daycares, because of all the shitty diapers.
Oh.
Pretty smart, actually.
Yeah.
So, wow. Well, there you go. We're just full of good shit today. Literally. All right. So, you know what? Again, we hate that for Laurie and her family. You call her a stripper. That's being so.
She's a stripper.
Chauvinist.
An exotic professional.
Yeah. What's her name? Exotic dancers, pole swingers. All right. So let's go. Hey, strippers got to make a living too. Okay. There once was a man from Florida. Right? Mm-hmm. And, Florida's just about as far south as you can get. In the United States.
United States, yes.
Yeah. That's what I meant. And just about as far northwest you can get, just about, lies the Yellowstone National Park.
Okay.
So this dude goes on vacation from Florida.
Okay.
He's tired of looking at the ocean and shit. He's like, I want to go up, look at the great national park.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
See all the shit that I can see. The mountains, and breathe some clean mountain air and look at the wildlife and everything else. It's time for beast mode. And I'm pretty sure the story, the beast was just being a beast, and this dude was just being a dumbass from Florida that went to Yellowstone. So he goes up there and he's just hanging out and seeing the good shit. And you might see some elk or a bear or whatever. Well, he saw a herd of bison, buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
So, on Sunday, May the 4th, he was attacked by a buffalo.
Okay.
Around 3:15 p.m., the man, who's 47 years old, was gored by a bison after he approached it too closely in the Lake Village area of the Yellowstone National Park. Now, the location of the incident, which includes dining and lodging, is where bison are commonly found in the park. Mm-hmm. I think the bison is like the kind of mixed breed they did to bring buffalo back. So there's something in there. I can't remember exactly what it is, but anyway, so you guys hang out to a spot like the motherfucker. I think we lost that episode last week where the guy climbed over the enclosure to take a picture with a fake crocodile.
You did tell the story.
Oh, well.
At the end of another episode.
So this dude's from Cape Coral, Florida, And didn't you just do the story on that? It was Cape
No.
or it was somewhere else, but
Yeah.
whatever. And so he sustained minor injuries and was treated by emergency medical personnel. And now the National Park Service is investigating the incident because they ain't got nothing else to do.
Well, they should. And they should arrest him for messing with the bison.
This is the first reported incident of a person injured by a bison in 2025. Then there were 2 reported incidents in 2024.
It's like getting brucellosis.
I was about to say it. I was the only motherfucker in the country to catch it, and that comes from up there. It's from animal to human, but up there is I think if 30% of the herd has brucellosis, they got to kill the whole fucking herd. So this dude needs to go get checked.
Well, he needs to go buy a lottery ticket too.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, stain, tools, flooring, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online from May 8th through May 14th. Not a member? Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
I know, right? So I'm pretty sure there's a lot more lottery tickets sold than there are bison that stab motherfuckers. But anyway, in 2024, 2 people were stabbed, or were not stabbed, or were injured by bison attacks.
At Yellowstone or just in general?
I'm pretty sure it's not a bison attack. I'm going to tell you about this. The first one in 2024 occurred in April, and the animal attacked a 40-year-old man after a 40-year-old man after what?
He poked him?
He fucking kicked the bison.
Well, that's a poke.
I mean, what the fuck?
Why would you do that?
I'm gonna walk up to this 2,000-pound animal and I'm gonna kick him in the ding dong.
No.
And the bison did what bison said.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Fuck with a bull, you're gonna get the horn, right? And on top of it, after getting attacked by the bison, he was arrested and charged with 4 counts, including disturbing wildlife, right? And amongst others. But shortly after, in June of 2024, an 83-year-old woman was seriously injured after a bison attacked her near Yellowstone Lake.
Okay, so that's like your mother.
I
wonder what she did.
Well, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you what I do know. Is bison are known to defend their space if they feel threatened. Oh, it's public service now. Public service announcement 1,000,000-2004. Bison are known to defend their space if they feel threatened. Additionally, bison have injured more people than any other animal in Yellowstone. Okay? They are unpredictable and can run 3 times faster than humans. American bison are the largest animals in North America. So they're bigger than fucking grizzly bears. And this is according to the U.S. Department of Interior. They weigh up to 2,000 pounds and reach heights of 6 feet. And they can jump high fences like a deer and are strong swimmers. All right?
Yeah.
So y'all put all that together. You go to Yellowstone, don't fuck with the bison because you can kick them in a ding ding. You think you can outrun them, or you can outswim them, and you can outjump them because it ain't going to happen. All right. So now the National Park Service advises park visitors to stay more than 25 yards away from all large animals, part of the public service announcements, which include bison, elk, bighorn sheep, deer, moose, and coyotes. Yes, even coyotes. You have to warn people. Now, the park also states people should keep a distance of at least 100 yards from bears and wolves. Motherfucker, you don't have to tell me to stay more than 100 yards away from bears and wolves. And if I am that close to them. I'm going to have my 300 Winchester short magnum rifle where I can get them at 400 yards at least before they can charge me. But public service announcement continues. Wild animals can be aggressive if people don't respect their space. They actually paid a National Park Service worker to write this shit out and do this press release. They said, and I'm going to continue the public service announcement, if wildlife approach you, move away. Maintain these safe viewing distances. Okay. I know a lot of things about a lot of things, and I know very little about a lot of things also. But I'm pretty sure you didn't have to tell Woody Overton any of that.
I'm surprised they didn't tell you how to estimate a distance of 100 yards or I'm surprised they didn't go into that much detail because people are going to say, well, I didn't know what 100 yards was.
Right. I mean, next thing is going to be required that everybody that visits Yellowstone National Park has to carry a rangefinder.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, Johnny, get back. You're at 99 yards. That grizzly's charging you.
That's not funny. Oh my
funny
God.
As fuck.
What the hell have we turned into?
Why are you fucking with these wild ass animals? Hey, that's a national park so they can live wild and free in their own habitat. They're not hunted. There's nothing that goes on there except they're being beasts. They are actually. It's time for beast mode. For all those people, it was time for beast mode.
I wonder if you had a gap tooth.
We've got to. Well, first of all, y'all, we're going to send in some requests. Y'all send us some samples of sounds that you would like to hear these stories open with. But we've got to have a stupid fuckheads button. Like the guy that I'm going to crawl across this moat and this fence because there's this giant, by the way, it says crocodile exhibit.
He thought.
But stop. There's a crocodile exhibit. Got a high fence, got a fucking moat. You see this giant fucking crocodile, and you take it upon yourself, 29 years old, you'll take it upon yourself to climb that fucking fence, swim the moat, and get up and take a selfie with a fake crocodile, and then get your ass tore up.
And the zoo person told him not to before he did it.
And you still got your ass ate up. That's why I'm saying, to my point, we need a fucking idiot button.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think we'll change all this up anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to work on it. Y'all send in your, what you think you would want to hear. You know, we naturally got to have, I think plane trains and automobiles cool. Sugar Turner shit every once in a while. Ran like a bitch is good. Beast mode. I mean, they're all good. But what kind of, we could put like some different, something besides my voice on or whatever.
Yeah, there's eight different things. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't you make it more?
Well, then that would require you to come over here and press a button and scroll through and change them up. And
so you're saying I'm dumb and that's outside of my wheelhouse?
I'm not saying.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and agree with you.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what it would require.
Okay. All right. Anyway, there you have it. We love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. Couldn't even come up with something different for Taco Tuesday, but damn it, we might have just saved your life if you're going to Yellowstone National Park.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Well, let's just don't even make it Yellowstone. How about you extend the parameters to include?
Yes. Public service announcement extension. We're changing it to
Addendum
subtitle
1A.
Yeah. All national parks.
How about life in general? You see a wild animal.
You know, if you see a Lamborghini coming down the interstate, you're standing on the side of the interstate at 210 miles an hour. You think Lamborghini is pretty cool. You're not going to run out in front of it and try to touch it.
Yeah, you would. These people would.
That's why we need a effing idiot button or something. Yeah. But hey, Leah Marie, y'all come up with we got. I mean, we're not going to do dumb criminals because not all of them are criminals, but just, and I know you don't like the word stupid. stupid people.
I've grown I'm not like a teacher anymore, and our kids are, like it goes with, we couldn't even say but, like B-U-T-T.
No, we couldn't say crap.
That would, no.
When I was a kid, you want to get the shit slapped out of you, you say but or crap or whatever.
Shut up wasn't allowed. That's still not part of my but
shut up. Any of that shit.
So stupid as a mom and a teacher, that's where that kind of stemmed from. I don't want anyone to ever think as a child that they're stupid, that they can't learn, that type of thing.
Well, if somebody's calling a child stupid, then they're stupid.
Right. But
not the child.
No.
The caller.
But I don't want the child to ever hear that.
Well, I mean, put what you want in one hand and shit in the other. See which one
I was going to play my role in that.
Which is?
Never use it and never allowed our kids to use it.
Okay. We want something besides stupid. How about that?
Definitely.
And SpongeBob.
No SpongeBob. No SpongeBob. That's
Cindy and I,
that's the demise
and I were in different marriages, raising kids at pretty much the same age. Cindy, Ellie and Sophia couldn't watch SpongeBob.
They could only
pretty
watch
much
Disney.
Anything else. Caitlin was
Nickelodeon was
full of SpongeBob. Hey, SpongeBob was a great single dad parent for me, and I was so thankful it wasn't fucking Barney anymore, because then I was really poor and only had one VHS. And Kate would come, she was like 2 years old, and we watched Barney over and over and over again. Hey, if I went to Yellowstone and I saw Barney, I would kill that motherfucker.
No, it would kill you.
Not Barney, because I would maintain over 100 yards distance with a rifle.
Maintain over 100 yards.
All right. And I'm pretty sure Barney. I'm a slow, and especially 55 years old, I'd probably be slow. Although I'm very good at distance running, or used to be. But even at my heaviest, I'm pretty sure I could outrun Barney.
There's no reason why 2-year-olds should be watching SpongeBob ever. It's just,
unless you're a single father and you're doing what you got to do.
Yeah. Well, nowadays, I think there's a lot more options.
All right. So we're totally way off crime. Always Cindy's fault.
No, it is a crime for a 2-year-old to watch SpongeBob.
Always Cindy's fault, because I blame her for everything. And that's it. And it is Tuesday and we are done. I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
And we'll holler at y'all later. Not from Yellowstone. Peace.
Lowe's knows to bring your vision to life, it's important to find the right color. That's why Lowe's Rewards members get a free paint or exterior stain sample to test your look and find the perfect color to confidently refresh your space. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid in-store only, 5/8 through 5/14. Limit 1 per customer while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See associate for details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.